Woo! Man, what a day. What a day. A lot of talk. A lot of talk among a lot of Panthers fans. What I like, though, I'm going to be honest, what I like is the fact that there's still a lot of Panthers fans because the team is playing like complete. What's going on, D? Hey, D, can you hear the music in the background? Let me know. Should be music. No music? So I'm done with this team, man. Hey, I mean, at least you dropped the season tickets. Let me figure this out real quick, Davis. Let me figure it out. Why is it not playing through? Unless I have to play it to the audio. Speakers. Let's went to the AirPods. All right, the mic's picking that up. Interesting. Can I not just play? Let me see. Doesn't sound as good coming out though. We are here, but very disappointed. What's going on, Walker? No, I mean, my thing is I'm just shocked how many Panthers fans are going back and forth with me, other people about Bryce Young, DJ Johnson, Nick Scott. There's too many issues on this team. It's week 4. I'm gonna plug the charger. It's week 4. There should not be questions. Let me pull the depth chart real quick. Let me pull this thing up. There should not be questions on who should be a starter. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. I'm getting the Bryce Young thing to me is getting a little out of hand, and I made a post about it. I was kind of itching to go back and forth with somebody. I'm not gonna lie. And usually I'm not like that, but if you come out in 12 personnel and 13 personnel, it gets me worked up a little bit. If you come out in 12, 13 personnel, expect Bryce to throw for 250 yards, you've lost your damn mind. You've lost your mind. You got 2 or 3 tight ends out there. Tommy Tremble's okay. All right. He's an okay route runner. If I'm not mistaken, you didn't have Jatavion Sanders, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check before I speak on that real quick. You don't have Jatavion Sanders. So you've got 3 tight ends out there, 2 tight ends. No, 3, I think they have James Mitchell out there with T-Mac, and you expect him to throw for 250 plus in a league where the top guys are averaging 250 yards? Man, it doesn't make any sense. This don't make any sense. We got to get to our players back before we start jumping the gun. No, I'm not disappointed either, but we just have too many. There's too many question marks on this team about the depth chart. There's way too many. I'm gonna put it in here in a second. The whole Jimmy Horn thing is it shouldn't be a mystery. I don't know what is going on there. Props to Jimmy. I'll say this though. If he's not hurt, right, props to Jimmy Horn for not speaking out because obviously he can't be thrilled, right? So Jimmy Horn, props to him because whatever's going on there, I'm glad he's keeping it behind closed doors because I'm sure him and management aren't seeing eye to eye on a couple things. But there's no way. There's absolutely no way. Pull up these depth charts real quick. And I blamed Rico earlier. I can't blame Rico. The offensive line was terrible. The offensive line was just awful. Oh man. So let's look. Look at the offense real quick. We got T-Mac starting 8 targets. David Moore's hurt. Campbell came in, he got hurt. Then you look at the receivers, Hunter Renfrow. I don't know why I don't have Hunter Renfrow just going across the middle. I don't understand that. We keep trying to get fancy with Hunter Renfrow. Just let him run across the middle, man. Like, what are we doing? Legette's hurt. Bryson, they'll use him early on, then they won't go back to him. They're Jimmy Horn. Like, that's all of our receivers. This is actually kind of insane. You got T-Mac, who's only getting 8 targets, fine. They're going to double team him. To me, run him underneath then. Do something with him. Stop putting him by himself. That's the Panthers' biggest problem right there. Is one, you don't have a second go-to guy right now. And two, you're not doing anything with T-Mac at all. You're not. You're right. You put him by himself. Okay, I get that, right? But it's just as bad as the D line last year. You have guys lined up across to get one-on-one matchups. Nobody's doing anything. So the difference is, and you can kind of do it with the D line too if you run stunts and overload a certain side, but then you give up certain things. The difference with receivers, though, is you can go in a bunch set. You can go in a stack set with T-Mac, right? And use him as a decoy. And they've tried to do that a couple times. They did it as a screen one time with Legette. I'm like, that's how we're going to use him as a decoy, is to use him as a run blocker essentially on a bubble screen. Like, the play calling, it doesn't make any sense. It makes 0 sense, right? So we look at T-Mac. It is what it is. David Moore, he gets a nice, end around. All right. He gets hurt on the first play. Campbell, he's hurt. So now we've covered 3 of our receivers. Hunter Renfrow, we're trying to do too much with him. We're trying to do too much. To me, it's almost like it's back in April, May, July, whatever, right, with camps. And you got Hunter Renfrow trying to run routes against DBs. Just put him underneath. Use him on the drag route. I don't understand why they're trying to get fancy with him, why they're trying to push him deep. It didn't work week 1. It's not going to work now. If you can't push the ball deep with T-Mac, hate to break it to you, it's not going to work with Hunter Renfrow, who's a damn near a foot shorter. I mean, if we're being honest, he's a foot shorter. It's not going to work there, right? And then that's 4 of our receivers. Let's get to Legette. He's hurt. Bryson Tremaine, like I talked about earlier, they use him early in the game. They never go back to him. Or they go back to him when the game's out of hand and they're trying to come back. And then Jimmy Horn's not playing. How did we go from having so much potential at receivers to none at all? I mean, to none at all. Like, I I look at this depth chart and I'm like, what are we going to do? You know, I don't know what the Panthers are going to do. This is actually crazy. And then tight ends, right? You got Tremblay's a good run blocker. Mitchell Evans has done his part. And I don't expect Mitchell Evans to get a lot. That's not what he's here for. That's not what he was drafted in, in the 7th round. A good pick, by the way. Let me say that. A good pick with Mitchell Evans, but I don't expect anything from him. I don't know what, looking at this depth chart, what we should expect moving forward, which seems crazy. Because I was pretty much on board with it, and I'm like, yeah. The play calling, the routes, the injuries, they've added up. And then I blamed Rico yesterday. Actually, let me edit that film real quick. It shouldn't take me too long. Just chop it up real quick. I blamed Rico. No, it's not Rico. It's the offensive line. I blamed Rico, and that's my bad. Let me see if I can edit this while I talk real quick. Boom, 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 boom. I'm so over this team. Let's see what we got. I'm so over this sorry team at this point. I respect Titans and Cam Ward for calling it like it is. The Cam Ward thing was interesting. He kept it a buck, right? He kept it a buck. And that's what we have to talk about too, is the Panthers getting a new quarterback isn't going to solve anything. It's not. Why is Dave in 13-12 personnel? 1 running back, 3 tight ends, 2 tight ends. Because the line can't block. It has a little to do with the quarterback, but the line can't block. It can't block. And if I'm not mistaken, comment if I'm mistaken on this, wasn't Hunter Renfrow a free agent? He could have signed with anybody, and then the Panthers ended up signing him once they traded Adam Thielen. Right? So Hunter Renfrow essentially has been the number 2 guy. The number 2 guy was a free agent that nobody else wanted other than the Panthers. Now, Renfrow is nasty. His footwork is nasty, but that's our number 2 receiver. That's our number 2 receiver is Renfro. That's when the coach decided to say, hey, we almost have to go at Dave Canales as much as we went out of Vero for starting Nick Scott. That's your safety, Vero, really? Time after time, you see it doesn't work. Dave Canales, Hunter Renfro, it's not working. Have they brought in any other receivers? They might have. They might be on the practice squad, but nobody's make an impact. I mean, I don't understand. I don't know what to expect from this team. I'm going to be honest. I really don't. I look at the depth chart offensively. That's bad. Defensively, let's take a look. I heard earlier, I don't remember who it was, but somebody talked about J.C. Horn getting on to Shaw Smith-Wade for trying to strip. I forget who the player was. So that was good. I thought the defensive backs have played better for the most part, right? Other than, you know who. Front seven, man. Was it 1 sack? I don't think they got a sack against the Patriots. 1 sack in 4 games. 1 sack in 4 games. I mean, the rush defense definitely looks better. Don't get me wrong, but 1 sack in 4 games is actually just terrible. I mean, it's just terrible. Renfro, a second receiver. Don't make me discuss DJ Johnson, Nick Scott, the new Tuttle. Yeah, I guess I could just upload it. Well, let me just see if I can just transfer the Rico stuff over. Because I blamed Rico, but it wasn't Rico, it was the line. Let me see how long it's going to take or how big it is. Shouldn't be too big. But no, as far as the front seven, the Christian Roseboom thing, I'm really afraid to do film on that because I think it's just going to burn me out. Watching him get beat. I just don't understand how we don't have anybody better than Roseboom. I mean, let somebody younger play at this point. Let somebody younger play. This is just ridiculous. This is honestly, it's just ridiculous. All right, let's see if I can upload it. Panthers runs. Now I was going over different film. The Eagles and Rams game last year, divisional round, where Barkley broke one off. And who was on the Rams last year? Roseboom. Absolutely demolished in that game. I'm like, this ain't it, bro. This ain't it. So I got some of the film. It's not edited, so we're going to do a lot of back and forth type stuff right here. But Dave Canales, okay, so right here it's 3rd and 10. It's 3rd and 10 in the first quarter, right? We can get mad at Bryce Young all we want, but this is the play calling we're dealing with. It's 3rd and 10 in the first quarter. And who's in that running back? Rico. 3rd and 10 on New England's 45, and you got Rico in right here. I mean, come on, man. I mean, come on, man. What are we doing right here? Let me pause my other music real quick. I don't understand what we're doing. Now, the play in theory isn't terrible if we break this thing down. All right, I think Icky's supposed to work that back around, seal the edge right there. You're going to have Tremble sealing that backside, right? So really Rico should go up, right? Cut that thing over. But Icky doesn't seal his edge right there. All right, so it's 3rd and 10. You got Renfro. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there, right? So 2 key blocks weren't made right there at all. I mean, so I don't know, man. I don't understand Rico being in to begin with. Does Chuba make a difference? I think he's faster coming off that edge, to potentially be honest with you. Let me look. Yeah, I think Chuba's definitely yeah. But with Renfro missing that block, unless Chuba just takes it to the outside right there, maybe. But, this is play calling. It's not Rico's fault. Rico's not begging to go in. What's going on, Ryan? We're getting to it. Rico's not begging to go in. So on 3rd and 10, this is what you decide to do. Right, let's keep it going. All right. So right here, All right, we're gonna have Rico, and once again, it's 2nd and 10. Nothing. Right, so now it's 3rd and 10 once again. And if it's 3rd and 10, Ryan, you know who I'm talking about, Ryan. My boy Ryan has been back and forth with me the last 3 years about Bryce Young. If it's 2nd and 10, and Rico gets you absolutely nothing, now it's 3rd and 10. All right, now it's 3rd and 10. The defense is going to blitz 3 or 4. Most likely, we're going to come out 11 personnel. So there's going to be 1 tight end at least, 3 receivers. And who are our 3 receivers going to be? T-Mac, Renfro, and maybe Bryson, maybe, right? And with 1 tight end, if we're lucky, unless he's going to block. So you got 7 guys in protection with 3 receivers. I mean, what do you want Bryce Young to do? Does he make the best throws? Yes and no. He's not consistent. But you're going to send Bryson, Hunter Renfro, and T-Mac out there. And maybe a tight end. Maybe a tight end. I mean, what? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Back to the film. Roadmaster should have been a cut back towards the middle. Which one? Are we talking about this one? No, are you talking about the first play? The first play, if we look at that real quick, was it this one? No, I don't think it was this one. Oh, this was the counter. This was the counter that didn't do anything on 1st and 10 either. All right, I forgot to go over this play. This was the counter, right? So they're gonna motion Tremble right here. He should, I would think, work 2nd level right here, right? I would think Taylor would work the edge, but take a look right here. Again, I blame Rico, but look at the film. Nobody picks on a counter. The worst part about the counter is he's going to fake left, right? Take a look. They're going to fake left, come back right. So it's an extra step or 2. And now that gives defense more time to meet them in the middle, right? Nobody picks up. So while, yes, I blamed Rico, yeah, that's on me. I shouldn't have. Because this is ridiculous. This is literally ridiculous. Nobody picks up the edge. I mean, you can't make this up. This is a counter. It's supposed to be designed right here. This is crazy. Oh, man. This is crazy. Let's see. Oh, this was a good play. This was the toss right here. 3rd and 1. This made sense. This was a nice play right here. All right, Bryce almost got caught with the holding right there, but overall, that was a good play right there. Let's see what we got next. All right, back in the pistol. I think we went over this one. I mean, we're just shooting gaps now. Are we shooting the A gap? Let's take a look. Yeah, we're shooting the A gap. We're just gonna shoot the A gap. Again, I don't know what you guys want to see from Rico, right? Or the offense in general. That's 2nd and 10. Now it's 3rd and 10 once again. Canales doesn't trust Bryce, and why should he's running in hopes? Ryan, you can run all you want, but explain this right here. This is now another 2nd and 10 where they did absolutely nothing. But we want to blame Bryce Young, but they can't even protect against the run. I mean, most likely was this an outside zone? It looks potentially to be outside zone where he's going to work his way back, but he can't work his way back, right? Because they shoot the A gap. Hold on. Yeah. So it's outside zone, and he should work his way back depending on the hole, but he can't. Right? I'm not. I don't know what's going on. I think that's Yosh, who's supposed to work 2nd level right here. All right, center, bang, double that, work 2nd level right there. But he doesn't, and they shoot the A gap. I mean, this is actually, and you guys want the pass game to succeed? This is just insane. This is just insane right here. All right, let's take a look at this play right here. 3rd and 15. Oh, this was the run. This was with Rico. Let me remind you. 3rd and 15. I think it's just an ISO right here. This is just crazy, guys. This is just crazy. This is absolutely insane. All right. Oh, let's talk about this one. Look how many players the Patriots have in the box. They had zero fear of a deep pass. Here's the difference between the Patriots defense and the Panthers defense. Ryan, I'm glad you brought this up. Feel free to respond, my boy. The Patriots didn't allow anything to get behind them. That is the difference. The Panthers defense, Roseman and Trevin Wallace, which, Ryan, come on, you know about. How many times have they got beat over the top? They can be in the box, but they know how to play their position, right? They know how to fill their assignment. That's the difference between the Panthers defense and a good defense. That's the difference. They're not going to allow anything to beat them over the top unless it's 15, 20 yards. I hate to break it to you, but that's the case. The Panthers defense just flat out sucks as far as against the pass zone coverage. Against the run, it's definitely better than it has been. But that's the difference between stacking the box, right? And then just getting flat out beat over the top. 1st and 10. Let's see what we're looking at right here. Yeah, Joey, 100% agree. Was this a counter or was this a power? Let's take a look. Might be a counter right here. I mean, oh boy. All right, so he's gonna. Was that Icky right there, or who's gonna pull? Luce is gonna pull, and someone should take out that lead right there. He doesn't. It's just laziness. It's just laziness when it's all said and done. It's just laziness across the board. Lewis does his job right here, right? He's gonna steal the edge, and then Tremble, man. Tremble's supposed to be meeting 14 right there. He's supposed to take him out. But he takes a bad angle. 14 does. This is the worst part. 14's on your screen right here. I mean, he doesn't. This is just bad. It's just rough to watch. Let's see. Hogs. I mean, where are the dogs at? Dan Morgan talked about having dogs on this team. Where are they at? That's what I would love to know. Let's see what they do right here. Let's take a look. Everyone stunk all the way around. Oh, 1,000%. All right, so this was 4th quarter. We're coming out in 12-man. I mean, yeah, that's 6-42. This was Rico's best run. I mean, even then, he had to create his own hole. I think next up Chuba. Let me see. I don't remember how I recorded this. All right, so next up is Chuba. All right. Is this the first one? Let's take a look. And Mark, two things can be true. All right, so you got potentially 6 people in the box. It's something I did notice. 6 are in the box, Ryan. We'll go over the pass too. Don't worry. We'll go over the pass. Unless I threw it away in the trash, I might still have it. All right, now I got 7 in the box. And look at that. You still run. We're still running. And the difference is, all right, let's take a look. You see how they're not jumping, Ryan? Let's make this clear. Boy, you are getting me fired up. I love it. Yes, Chuba succeeded on this run right here. But I want to pause it, all right, when Bryce is going to put that thing right in the chest. They're not overcommitting. Let's make this clear. If this is a play action, they can easily back up into their 5 to 10 yard zone or play left to right. That's the difference. You see them right here, how they're all playing alike? That's the difference. That is the difference right there. And on top of that, Ryan, let's say it's a man coverage across the board. You put a safety over T-Mac. Who are you taking the one-on-one with? Renfro? Deep? Come on, man. Come on, man. This is the difference between a good front seven and the Panthers front seven, who's really only good at stopping the run when it's all said and done. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. We'll look at the pass too. All right here, 7 in the box once again. 12 personnel, so 1 running back, 2 tight ends. And yet we're supposed to go deep. We're supposed to go deep with Tremble and Evans on the line. We're supposed to throw for 250 yards plus. I mean, miss me with this. Come on, man. 12 personnel. And why are they stacking the boxes? It's 12 personnel. And if they go out for a route, these two homeboys right here go out for a route, bang, bang, whatever kind of route they want to run. Then we're back to our regular 5-man protection. I wonder how they're going to do against a 4-man blitz or 5-man blitz. Right? So you got to keep them in there to block. They go out for a route, great. All right, right here, counter once again. I mean, this is just ridiculous. Let's keep it going. Once again, 12-man personnel in the first quarter. And we want Bryce Young to throw for 250 yards. Man, come on now. With Evans and Tremaine out there. All right, never mind. I take that back. It's essentially 12-man. I mean, Tremaine's a receiver, but they kind of use him like a tight end. So I'm going to call it 12-man personnel. Even though he's technically a receiver, I'm going to call it 12-man personnel. All right, so right here in the motion. I mean, damn, Mickey. Woo! Damn, Mickey. How does he just fly by you right here? Oh, Lord. And then Lewis is supposed to work second team. I mean, this is how bad the team is right now, right? So I just want you to watch these two guys right here. Let's see. Watch these two right here. He's going to work in. Lewis is supposed to, work second level. Ickey's supposed to pick him up. Oh, man, this is bad. This is bad, man. Oh, man. Let's keep it going. All right. What are we looking at here? Oh, we definitely have what? At least a 12 personnel, I would assume. Our little split zone action right here. Bang, still that back edge. The only play that's really been successful for the Panthers is this right here, a little split zone where we're going to motion that tight end over there. Bang. Pull him on the backside right there. Nice cut back by Chuba. Really the only play that has been semi-successful. All right, let's see. What did I click next? Let's take a look. We need more speed on this team. That would help for sure. Lewis is not doing great. No, he won't. Let's see. Ickey's just been such a hit or miss. Let's see. Second quarter just started. Once again, man, oh man, because we can't stop the Patriots blitzing 4 people. Okay, Bryson. Bryson went to go block right there. That was good. Let's see. Chuba in the cutbacks, man. Whoo, Bryson with a nice. That looked good too. Let's see what do we got next. All right, now we're trying to run from out of shotgun. So this is the first. If I'm not mistaken, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. This is the first time we're going to run out of shotgun with Chuba. If I'm not mistaken, I think it is. Give me 1 second to send a message. All right. First time, 5 minutes left in the second quarter. So you're like, why are people stacking the box? people are stacking the box because Bryce is under center. Now let's take a look what happens right here. Definitely a zone coverage kind of look. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. You guys see the problem right here? I mean, do we see the problem right here? 5-man protection right here against the run. And I don't know if I'd call it a 5-man protection because you're going to have Tremble probably. I assume he's going to seal or block off. Let's take a look. Do we see the problem right here? So we can't run in shotgun? No, we can't. We can't run in shotgun, so we have to go under center. If we have to go under center, that means teams are going to stack the box. Because now if it's a play action, bang, people can come around that edge like wildfire and just spread. I see, Ryan. But look, 6 people in the box, right? Essentially, and we still can't run. Now, was Trimble supposed to pick up the linebacker? Let's take a look right here. Who was Trimble supposed to pick up? Trimble looks confused like it was supposed to be a pass. Was it an RPO? Or is the line going to work second level? Tremble's expecting. I'm very. It doesn't make any sense. This does not make any sense. Treble looks so shocked that it's a run right there. Unless it's an RPO, it's hard to say for sure, right? He just looks confused, right? And even if I think it was unless he was supposed to pull the backer over here at outside and allow, even then, I don't know, man. Oh, man. Is Sellers better than Bryce? I don't know that it matters right now. I mean, we can't run out of shotgun. We'll look at the past stuff. We'll look at the past stuff in a second. So this is the difference right here between Chuba and Rico is when Chuba hits that edge. That's the difference. Let me see if I still have the past stuff. Where did I throw it away? Let's take a look. What's that? I don't know if does it or not. Let's take a look. All right, there's the past stuff. Let's put that in here real quick. I've hated Bryce Young since draft night loudly and proudly and downloaded to hell, but kept hating Strong because he. All right. Yeah, because that Panthers team when Bryce Young was here was so good. I mean, they trade away their best receiver, but I guess that makes sense. What's going on, Yellow Blood? Come on, guys. I think the expectations for Bryce Young in general are just too high. The team in general, I think, was just too high. Why did that not upload? Hang on. Boom, 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 boom. Video file. I only have one video file at a time. All right, hang on. Let me remove that real quick. Remove. All right. Here we go. Past stuff. Past time. All right. So is Bryce Young the problem? We got 20 minutes to go over this real quick. And I'm going to hop over to What's Up, Doug, and Quan's stream. But, all right, 11 personnel, play action. Where was Bryce going to go here? On top of that, you got Icky allowing pressure, right? Icky's allowing pressure right away. So if Bryce is a problem, let's take a look. Let's take a look right here. He escapes that right there, checks it down. Okay. These are all the plays after their touchdown drive. Second play, let's take a look what happens right here. Got him in the pistol, play action right here. All right, that's the go-to route right there. First down right there. Okay, perfect. Let's keep it going. 1st and 10 right here. Who are 2 receivers? I assume it's T-Mac and Bryson. All right. This was the mesh concept. So we're going to have I think T-Mac going underneath. Mitchell Evans going over the top. A spot route right here. I mean, where do you want him to go? Right? And what he's doing, he's reading the mesh concept. If the DB or defender right here drops down that bang, we're going to go over the top. But once again, they got pressure. And how many did they blitz? Let's take a look right here. They're blitzing. Are they only blitzing 3? Was this the one where they only blitz 3? Yeah, so they blitz 3. They drop the edge guy back. They blitz 3 and put pressure in Bryce's lap with 3. With 3. And yes, the quarterback's going to change. Man, come on now. Come on now. I mean, seriously. They blitz 3 and put pressure in his lap. And you want to talk about a quarterback's going to... This doesn't make any sense. Right? 3-by-1 set right here. Hit T-Mac. The last 6 plays, I want you guys to tell me what a different quarterback would have done different. Right, and look what you look at the film right here. The last 6 plays, tell me what a different quarterback would have done. 3-man pressure, 3-man blitz, and they're getting pressure. Why do you think Dave is in the 12-13 personnel? Because the offensive line can't block worth the you-know-what. Right here, 12 personnel. And you want him to go for 250, Ryan. You my boy and all, but come on now. 12 personnel. Now, this one might have been on Bryce, depending on where he was trying to go. Let's take a look. I mean, this is one where, okay, so we got to go under center again because we need people to cover for Bryce. And Taylor's guy just sneaks right in. Remember, we got to go under center because we can't block with 5-man protection. Right? We can't block with 5-man protection. Taylor's guy slips right in. Otherwise, we've got our guy in the middle. But can't hit that because of bad protection. I mean, and that one's on Bryce. It's 3rd and 11. Let's take a look at this play right here. So it's always key to talk about, okay, down and distance. So right here, it's 3rd and 11. So how many people are in the box? Let's take a look pre-snap. Pre-snap. You got 6 in the box. Looks like, what, nickel? All right, let the play develop. Top of the drop. Where's Bryce going to go with the ball? First down marker is here. All right, let's draw a line. Where is Bryce going to go? Top of the drop. If this is a corner out, that's done. He's playing that. T-Mac going across the middle. They're going to let him have that. Why? You got 1, bang, 2, 3, probably 4, if not 5 guys right there, ready to make a move. I mean, come on, man. Yes, Bryce Young isn't the best quarterback, but just take a look at the plays. And you see the difference right here in the defense, the play action, right? Look at the linebackers. They're not even remotely committing. Not even remotely. Right there, dump it off. Needs to scramble. Oh, man. If he scrambles, he's done. I mean, oh, man. All right, so right there you got Mitchell Evans. No, you got it's not Evans, it's the one from the Packers. James Mitchell. All right, play action right here once again under center. And why was the play action working? Because they were going to stack the boxes up the run. You're going to dump it underneath. That's the thing. Yeah, scramble soon. Come on, man. And then right here, 3rd and 1. I mean, I want you guys to look at these plays. Ryan, I want you to look at these plays and tell me what a better quarterback would have done. What would a better quarterback have done with this personnel, with these play calls? What play, Justin? I see you in the comments. He had 8 targets. We have to realize this, right? It's just like a screenshotting quarterback. Oh, he was open. If T-Mac only has 8 targets, it's because only 8 play calls are really designed to go to him, right? When Bryce comes to line of scrimmage, no matter if it's 12 personnel, 11 personnel, or 5 wide outs, he's not looking at T-Mac every single time. So if you want to say Bryce Young isn't hitting T-Mac, blame the coaches because play calls aren't being designed to go to him. I think T-Mac should have 13 targets a game at least. Targets, not catches, targets. But he had 8 targets in a game where they got blown out 42-6. Come on, man. Like it doesn't change anything. What about Andy Dalton? Matter of fact, run that back real quick. Ryan, I know you're in here. What about Andy Dalton in preseason? How'd he look? How did Plummer look? Everybody, woo! Everybody wanted Plummer, right? And y'all get me worked up. Let me chill. Y'all wanted Plummer. Y'all wanted Andy Dalton. How did they look? How did Dalton and Plummer look in preseason? Come on now. Come on now. How did they look in preseason? Man. Don't get me started right now, man. Come on now. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. All right. 5 receiver set right here. This is, I think this was Milton Williams shooting the A gap. Yeah. This was Damian Lewis right here, too. Look at this. Lewis right here gets beat. All right. Shoots the A gap. That's the worst possible thing. Now, Bryce falling, no excuse for that. But I mean, right here, we're shooting the A gap. What about Andy Dalton and what about Plummer? Explain why they look like you know what in preseason. And here's the thing, in preseason, it's not even exotic defenses. It's not. It's not. It's really not. It's just basic stuff. We're going to see who can make the team, who can't make the team. You know, I'm just glad Bryce Young didn't fumble it right there. And this was one of his 2 mistakes. There was one on 3rd down. It was the next play. He made a mistake here too on 3rd and 15. To me, this is one of his biggest weaknesses. This just reminds me of the who was it? Was it Bates with the Falcons that picked him off twice? I don't remember who it was. But a cover 2 looking right here. All right, it looks like the dagger concept. And we're going to run that underneath. Yeah, it looks good on paper. But he puts that way too far out. And that DB does a hell of a job reading Bryce. And everything's bagged, though. I mean, everything is bagged. Everything is legit bagged right here. Right? Because look how the Patriots are playing right here. Right? If this, I can't tell who that is right there. That might have been Bryson, I think. Look what the Patriots are doing. It's 3rd and 16. This is what the Panthers don't do. Right? The Patriots are going to play you up to like 5 yards before that 1st down, and they know where you're going to go. And right here, look, that DB's ready. He's like, you're not running a go route, right? You're going to stop and turn one way or the other. And he's playing that. The safety's playing that underneath. There was no separation. Exclude trash time and prevent this. What has Bryce shown you? Brian, you know I've said this time and time again. I'm not opposed to getting a different quarterback. But to say it's on Bryce, what quarterback is going to do something with this here on 3rd and 16? Am I opposed to getting a quarterback? Absolutely not. What's going on, Trizzy? I'm not opposed to getting another quarterback. I'm not. But at some point, you've got to look around and see, okay, yeah, Bryce Young isn't great, but who's going to elevate him? Right? Who's going to make him look better? and there's nobody right now. T-Mac only getting 8 targets because the coaches designed that. All right, play action once again. This one was the flag. Okay, I like that play right there. You see what I'm saying? Everyone's like, oh, he's got to go to T-Mac more, McMillan. The thing is, the coaches aren't designing the plays, right? This was perfect right here. Is DB playing off? Let's take a look. He's playing, what, 5 yards off, give or take. Most likely cover 2 look. Smart read right there by Bryce Young. All right. 2nd and 10 right here. Go underneath. Cam Newton, a generational talent. It's his job to elevate his receivers. Oh, Roadmaster. To a point, you are right. I will say that. But if you're going to call Bryce Young trash and the offense trash, okay, if you're going to call them trash or call Bryce Young trash, then show me a receiver who isn't trash on this team other than T-Mac. Where is he supposed to go? There's nowhere. If Patrick Mahomes didn't have Travis Kelce, boy, oh boy. I mean, come on, guys. Come on now, man. Doubles right here. This was a bad throw. All right, this was a bad throw. I'm assuming he thought it was going to be kind of a match coverage where he might run with him on the outside, and he plays that. He's just late on that. He's making our receivers look. I'm not even responding to that now. Oh, man. Look, when it's all said and done, look at this. We're going to blame Bryce for this right here. They blitz 4. At the top of the drop, where do you want him to go right here? Oh, man. Look at the pressure. It's coming, right? Let it go just a little bit more. Bang. Where do you want him to go? This is the difference between the Panthers. Let's make this clear. The Panthers defense ain't a good defense. Look where the sticks are, right? And if I'm not mistaken, this T-Mac down there, they're going to double him. Safety over the top right there. But he's not playing that. Why? He's watching Bryce Young. Bryce Young's looking to his right, so he's going to work his way over there. That's bagged. That's bagged. This is done. But Bryce Young is supposed to elevate who? The receivers are giving away their routes. And the Patriots have a good defense. I hate to say it, but the Patriots have a good defense. I mean, that and then the pocket collapsing a second. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. All right, ball snapped. 1, 2. We don't even have 2 seconds, bruh. But a different quarterback is going to change things in Carolina. Come on, man. Come on, man. And am I saying Bryce Young is the answer? No, I'm not saying Bryce Young is the answer. However, we have way bigger problems. If we have to go under center all the time just to run the ball, just to try to pass it, stop with the long excuse. He has enough time to throw. All right, Josh. Who's he going to go throw to right here? You lost your damn mind if you don't think the all line's a problem. All right, let's keep it a buck. Bryce Young made 2 bad throws in the first half. Show me a consistent quarterback who doesn't make roughly 2 not great throws in the first half. He doesn't even have 2 seconds right here. Josh, tell me when. I will pull it up right now, Josh, before I get off. Tell me when he didn't. Tell me when he had open guys. I will pull it up right now. Mark the defense. That might be for Wednesday when we go live again. The defense might be for Wednesday because 1 sack in 4 games. But we want to talk about Bryce Young and the offense. It's a popular thing to do. Yellow blood. But it's just back to like Bryce's second year, right? When he struggled against the Saints and Chargers, got benched. And there was no pressure. And then Bryce Young played better that second half last year, right? And all of a sudden, it was like, oh, what about the defense? So the defense has been terrible, but it's getting scapegoated. And right now, Evero gets off the hook, essentially, because of the bad offensive play. Nah, I see you, Ryan. I see you. Here the right side of the field to take off and run. It's 3rd and 15. I mean, oh man. The fact we're resorting to Bryce Young being at fault because he's not running on 3rd and 10. I'm sorry, on 3rd and 10. But nobody wants to talk about T-Max drops or he keeps trying the one-handed catches, right? You know. We'll let that be that. All right. Okay. Well, the offense is a no-brainer too. Carolina never learned its lesson. Even Cam Newton, we never had a good offensive line. I thought the offensive line was decent back then. They got torn through like toilet paper. We got blown out by the Dolphins. It's going to depend on injuries, Justin. It's going to depend on injuries, but that's going to wrap it up for me. I appreciate everybody in the live stream. Look, I'm not saying Bryce Young is the answer, but if you bring in another quarterback, you're going to end up like Cam Newton and the Tennessee Titans, and he called it like it was. Right, that team was you know what. Props to him for saying that. I don't know how everyone else in the locker room took it, right? But if you bring a new quarterback, it's not going to solve everything. You've got deeper issues than that. So all that being said, that's going to wrap it up. Panthers Vice out. We'll catch you guys Wednesday. We're going to go over defense, maybe offense again. Take it easy. Peace.